right, good morning. Back to the grind today. Got back from North Carolina around 2 o'clock yesterday, so had some time to unwind, and today it's back to slinging dumpsters. We're gonna go drop one right now, run home, grab the rental car, take it back, and then grab another one from the house, get it delivered. They'll be squared away. After that, then I can start running some to the dump. I got one full 15 at the house that needs to go to the dump, and I should have a dump trailer that's ready to be picked up from a job, and that needs to go to the dump as well. So plus I got to change the oil and rotate the tires on this truck today. So first dumpster is on site. Time to take this freaking rental car back to Budget real quick and then boogie back home. I think they actually want a dump trailer at the next job. They said the customer is very particular about her driveway, and even though we put down wood underneath the dumpsters, some people just really prefer a dump trailer, so that's why we've got them. Well, we stole the wife's truck. I didn't feel like disconnecting the gooseneck from my truck just to deliver one dump trailer, because after this I got to run home and probably going to do a quick oil change, tire rotation, but then immediately after that I'm going to run a dumpster to the dump, so I'd be just swapping trailers to swap right back. So run this over there with the Jeep and go from there. Time for some very quick maintenance, oil change, tire rotation, and then we're off to the dump. All right, maintenance is done. Truck's happy, so they called and said they're ready for a swap right about the time I was getting done putting away tools, so that worked out pretty good. I swear I spend more time at the gas station than I do my own house. Home away from home, back at the shingle pile. Get this one dumped, take it right back, drop it back off at that job so they can finish that roof. And then I've got a full one at the house I need to dump, and a dump trailer that I got to go get and get it out here, get it dumped and take it home. So a couple more trips. Man, I had a good time up in North Carolina watching the race. They ended up calling the last two races due to weather, which is crazy because that hasn't happened in like 25 years, but oh well, it is what it is. Excited to see the race this coming weekend. Wish I was going to St. Louis to watch it in person. And just like that, that one's back on site. Time to go home and grab another one. Back for round two. This dumpster is the one that I had to go pull before I left to go to North Carolina, so it's just been sitting at the house. And now that I've got a few minutes of free time, finally got a chance to run it to the dump and get this one dumped. All right, back for a third time today. At least after this trailer, I'm gonna call it a day. All right, first one's on site. It's only 20 squares. They'll probably be done with this roof later today. As long as the rain holds off, this will be a one-day job. So let's go home and make some breakfast. Home away from home. Big shout out to Gen Y. Glad I had that hitch on the truck today. When I dropped this thing off, I was actually in my wife's Gladiator, and it sits significantly lower than my truck, and I had forgot a piece of wood to put under there, so I ended up using a piece of plywood, so the jack was maxed out. Well, when I went to back up and hook up to it, I normally run that in the middle setting. That was not happening, so threw it down to the bottom and off we went. It's actually riding level, but I usually keep it one higher just to keep that jack further from the ground. All right, here's another prime example of why I make sure to always have dump trailers as well as my roll-off dumpsters. The dumpsters do not like anything with an angle, and this is a pretty good angle right here, but I originally set it in the driveway so they could do that side of the house, but for them to do this side of the house, everything's going to end up falling down onto the porch, and they would have to carry it out and around and over to the driveway. So he asked me if I could stick it over here. Homeowner said no problem, but the dumpster, this just would not work, because once that right side roller hits the ground, it's going to teeter the dumpster and it can end up falling off the rails of the trailer. So doesn't get much better than that. Super close for them. They can just toss it right over the handrail. They're happy, the customer's happy, and I don't have to worry about a dumpster sliding off the trailer when I come pick it up. So on to the next one. Back at the shingle pile again. Not really a whole lot going on this week. Got a bunch of dumpsters to deal with, and then Friday we got a block wall demo that we bid a couple months back for an apartment complex. The board had to come to an agreement on that, and they finally did. So Friday we'll get over there, get that wall knocked down, and dig out the footer. I think there's 5 or 6 bushes in front of the wall we got to take out, and then bring in some fill dirt. They don't want us doing the sod because they got to fix some irrigation first. So that'll be it. Good freaking morning. Little change of pace today. You're not going to the dump right now. We got the flatbed behind us, and we are going to swing by Harbor Freight, pick up some car straps, and then we're going to go to Orlando and pick up a car from the auction. A buddy of mine hit me up last night wanting to know if I could go pick up a car for him. It's a 2003 GMC Envoy, I believe. I got it at the auction in Orlando, so swing by, get some straps. I don't really have any car straps. I mean, I got chains and straps and everything, but I want to swing by and get a couple that are made for hauling cars, just in case there's nowhere real good to hook the ones that I have, and then go pick this thing up. Well, that was a bust. Harbor Freight did not have what I was looking for, but that's all right. I got all my chains, binders, and a mess of other straps, so I'm sure we'll figure out a way to get this thing strapped down. So let's head to Orlando and go pick it up. All right, we're done. Paperwork is in hand, and the package is strapped down. They got some crazy long forks. They just set it right on the trailer, so got 4 different chains, 4 binders. It ain't going nowhere. Let's head back to town. We'll get this thing dropped off at the shop. And we made it. Whole 9 yards automotive right here in Titusville for anything you need. Let's get this bad boy unloaded. Well, we're done hauling cars for the day, but neighbor down the street called and asked if I could get rid of this couch and love seat for him today. And I said, yeah, I'm going to the dump anyway. So we're just gonna throw it on the flatbed, take it home, throw it in the dump trailer, and we'll take it to the dump probably tomorrow, because this little wild child of mine wants to get in the pool, and so do I. So let's get it loaded.